Good afternoon, colleagues. It is really a pleasure being able to share my practicum experience with you. I conducted my practicum at the University of the West Indies, or the UWI, and I focused on looking at retention and recruitment strategies, and these strategies will then be used by administrators to revise their policies, their retention and recruitment strategies. I will first take you through a brief background of the university, and then I will go into my experience, which I'm really excited to share with you, and also tell you what my recommendations are, and then I will conclude. So, in terms of the history of the University of the West Indies, or the UWI, is a public university with 5 campuses. And its first campus was founded in Jamaica in 1948, and it was founded as a college of the University of the West Indies. And this college was established based on a commission that was formed, and that was the Asquith Commission. And this commission was established in 1943 with the aim of reviewing the provision of higher education in the British colonies. And the UWI really established full university status in 1942. And my project is conducted, there are 5 campuses, and my project is conducted at the Mona campus, which is based in Jamaica. In terms of the student and faculty demographics of the University of the West Indies, faculty and students are comprised of individuals from different ethnic backgrounds, different nationalities. These students are from more than 40 countries, and we find that the university has collaborative links with over 160 universities globally. In terms of full-time staff, the university has 5,800 full-time staff, of which 1,800 are academics. Now, the university can benefit from greater diversity in terms of gender diversity, because when I looked at the demographics in terms of diversity, I realized that the distribution of on-campus enrollment by sex shows a 30.6% male enrollment and a 69.7% female enrollment. So we see a vast difference with gender enrollment on this campus. So the total on-campus student enrollment for 2019 to 2020 academic year was 19,170. Now, in terms of the university's academic programs, the UA is really considered as the Caribbean region's premier educational institution, and its faculties offer a wide range of undergraduate, master's, and doctoral programs, and these are in humanities and education, in social sciences, in science and technology, science and agriculture. They offer it offers courses in law, sports, medical sciences, and so on. And there is really a strong emphasis on Caribbean issues, and this emphasis makes UWI the ideal educational institution for both local and international students, as we find that these students have an interest in the Caribbean society, and the programs that this institution has to offer as well. You may be wondering at this point, what is this problem that this project seeks to solve or seeks to respond to. Now, as we know, we're facing a pandemic at this time, and most universities grapple with recruitment and retention policies as they seek to really remain competitive, and of course, they're seeking to remain successful. So the COVID-19 pandemic has compounded this need to really remain competitive, and it brings several new challenges for administrators. It brings several challenges for students and staff as well. I looked at During my research, I found this very interesting research by Blankenberger, and what he did was that he investigated the role of the COVID-19 pandemic, and the role that this plays in reshaping public administration and public policy. And Blankenberger, it was not just him, but he worked with others. So Blankenberger et al. Looked at the ecological impact of the pandemic on areas of budget, enrollment, recruitment, research, course delivery, and accountability. And I found that very interesting to my project as well, because my project seeks to address the problem of identifying and really developing effective recruitment and retention policies that will really attract and keep students. So overall, there's several predictors of first year retention rates at the University of the West Indies, and when we look through some basic policies and a general review of the research that was conducted, we found that some of those are the level of academic preparation. So we find that some students have a failure rate in English language proficiency test and so on. Others were uncertain about program selection, and because they were uncertain, we found that they lacked interest midway in their program of choice, and this really led to great retention issues. And all of these issues, of course, were further compounded by the COVID-19 pandemic. So, in a quest to respond to these challenges, we find that since some students lose interest in their programs of study over time, it is therefore critical to design basic courses that suit the unique needs of our students. So based on this, we identified recruitment strategies, and I came up with one recruitment and one retention strategy that would inform the university's recruitment and retention policies. Now, through this recruitment strategy, a task force, we decided that it would be best to develop a task force, and this task force was established to develop programs of study that can be aggressively marketed locally and internationally. So new courses will really be developed to meet the unique needs of each student and also boost enrollment as well. Now, I also looked at a study conducted by Aiden, and Aiden et al. Thought that schools must change their structures, schools must change their culture and programs of curriculum and also instruction to meet the needs of the diverse student body. So then we developed a student needs assessment, and this is extremely important. And we did this to determine really the courses and programs that are of interest to prospective students. And this was done by we're formulating a website with the assistance of the Mona Technical Institute, the Mona Technical Unit at the University of the West Indies. And the aim of this website is that prospective students can indicate their program or their course of interest, and that will give us an idea of the best courses to develop in order to boost our enrollment. And also feedback from this website will then be assessed, and that is how the task force will then come in to now develop the courses of the unique courses that the students are interested in. And we also thought it fit to start a mentorship program by really identifying mentors for philosophy graduate majors within the Department of Language, Linguistics, and Philosophy. And this initiative will be extended to the wider community, the wider university population over time. And of course, these initiatives will inform retention and recruitment policies. Of course, as the university really repositions itself to remain competitive. Now, in terms of my practicum experience, it has been great. My practicum project was conducted, as I said before, during challenging times as universities across the world battle with social, they battled with economic, as well as the psychological impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. And since the University of the West Indies closed its doors to students and most staff members, I was not allowed to have face-to-face interactions with my project supervisor or other relevant stakeholders at the project site. However, we utilize Zoom and other online platforms for meetings. So I met with my practicum supervisor for the first time during the second week of my project, and we met to explore ideas on how the university can revise policies and recruit and retain students during the COVID-19 pandemic. And during that meeting, we analyzed the existing recruitment and retention policies, as well as retention in a quest to identify the way forward. We also looked at basic research. We also looked at students' assessments and how they responded to those assessments. So the feedback from the academic assessments were useful as well. So during the third and fourth weeks of the project, we were dedicated to the process of a needs assessment, and we met with members of the Mona information technology section to discuss really the feasibility of developing a website where prospective students can indicate their programs and study. And we also met with other notable department leaders and also academic faculty members were integral to the success of the project as well, because we wanted to ascertain feedback and also keep them abreast of our progress. And we really accomplished a lot, in terms of developing this task force, and also we started the mentorship program. So the mentorship program was also launched. Now, what was the institution's response to change? So I found that the experience working on this project was, although it was challenging, the university's response gave us hope um, to continue working toward our goal. So we developed the development of new courses as well as the mentorship program supports the university's strategic plan for the period of the 2017 to 2022 academic year. So we did not receive any pushback. Our idea was readily welcomed. So, and I found also that the response from academic and student affairs professionals, this was overwhelming. And I can give you an example. While we await the completion of the website, the task force that is assigned to the development of courses has embarked on the development of massive online open online courses. And of course, these are short teaser courses designed to boost recruitment and enrollment. And the task force found that these courses are really useful to both the institution and students. So while we await the website to be completed, we're now working on developing these short courses as well. No, you may be asking, no, what are the implications for higher education? And I believe that this project has vast implications for higher education. And I believe this because it really highlights the need to revise policies, and it also reflects the unique needs of students. So the future of higher education really depends on solid recruitment. It depends on solid retention policies, especially in this competitive environment. So my project site stands to benefit tremendously from this venture, and universities across the world are also revising their policies as they seek to remain accountable to students and also build the trust, which is extremely important, trust within the student body and also within the community as well. In terms of basic recommendations outside of the website that we're developing and the mentorship program, I recommend that the task force that is assigned to developing the new programs and the new courses really focus primarily on the needs communicated by students through the website, and also address those on an ongoing basis, because this would really give insight into the new courses that they should develop. It will also serve to keep the courses relevant and show that the university really listens to its students. And secondly, I propose a follow-up process to really ensure that policies are really aligned with the activities that are generated from the website as well as through the mentorship program as well. And my third recommendation is that since the mentorship program that we implemented is really for the graduate students, I recommend that the UA expands the mentorship program to undergraduate students, especially those who intend to enter the workforce immediately upon completion of their bachelor's degree. And my final recommendation is that the university seeks to strengthen its online delivery to really align with current technological advancements and trends and be more open and transparent. In concluding, The COVID-19 pandemic has opened the eyes of student affairs practitioners as well as academic faculty to new ways of addressing really the unique needs of students. And it was really a pleasure being a part of this experience as the University of the West Indies found new ways to formulate what I would like to refer to as COVID-19 proof policies that address the unique needs of all students. Now, I have listed here some references that I use for my practicum proposal as well as for the report. I thank you so much for listening.